What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? First off, good morning, man. Good morning to everybody, man. Thank God for seeing another day, man. Thank God we seen another day, man. Coffee on it. Coffee on me. Take a sip. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm sipping some Korean coffee. It's really good. This shit really good. My lady put me on some old Korean coffee. You know, you gotta do more than just be local. You got to do more than just be tribal, one way. You know, it's more flavors than one out here, man. It's more things going on than one. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, man, today's episode, man, I got to talk to y'all about something very, very, very important and very serious, man. Because I don't really feel like a lot of y'all have a true understanding of this shit. And how can you prepare yourself if you don't have a true understanding of the situation you're in? So me, as a big homie, as a 34-year-old man, I got to put my people on game. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know, I'm going to put you on something. If you do know, thank God, and you're just like me, you know. But let me put y'all on something. So I was looking at, before that, I was thinking about my boy Pop Smoke. And rest in peace, Pop Smoke. He just had died recently. And I was thinking about Tekashi 6ix9ine and Pop Smoke, like that whole New York thing. Let me tell y'all something. About 6 months before this happened, or a year before this happened, this C virus shit. Like a year before this happened, because everything that we've been through in the last 10 years have led to this point. All right. So before this happened, you had rappers like Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? And everybody who don't know who 6ix9ine is, that's the rainbow hair snitch little boy, all right? Who's still locked up, and they're talking about he's gonna get out in August, all right? But it's okay. We got Tekashi 6ix9ine, who, whether you know it or not, helped dismantle one of the top gangs in New York, one of the strongest gangs in New York, the Trey 9 Gangsters, the Trey 9 Bloods. Now, I'm not for any gangs. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm not for any gangs, man. I'm not for none of that gang shit, because I stand on my own 10 toes, man. I stand on my own 2 feet. You know, I got enough brothers and family. I don't need no gang. You know what I mean? I never have. I was always able to walk the streets on my own. I was always able to hold my own. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be the toughest or the roughest, but I was always able to hold my own. Let me break something down to y'all, though. You got 6ix9ine, who helped dismantle the Trey 9 Gangsters. 6ix9ine was used by the government to help bring down that gang group, that the Trey 9 Bloods, because before they do this, what they're doing, the C virus, just clean up the shit. They had to clean up the streets. And they didn't have to do that. What they did, they got rid of all of our elite black soldiers. Let me just say that. All you gangbangers, y'all are our elite army. Y'all are our elite soldiers. All of you gang members, you are the people's elite soldiers and protection. All gangs were started back in the days to protect neighborhoods from going through bullshit and going through problems. So your purpose for being here is to protect your people in your neighborhood, whether you know it or not. Even though you're doing the opposite, you're killing your neighborhood and your people. So you're not even fulfilling your true purpose as a gangster if you're in a fucking gang and you're riding on your own people. You're not fulfilling your purpose as a gangster. Because the true purpose of a gangster, like I said, is to protect and defend his community from outside forces. And this is not your neighbor who's 2 blocks up who's a fucking black man just like you, or a neighbor who's 3 blocks over who's a black man like you. No, this is to protect your neighborhood from outside forces. All these Arabs coming in, taking over your corner stores, all the Chinese people coming in, taking over your food market, all the Europeans coming in, erasing and killing and locking up your people. That's what you were here to defend yourself from. Outside forces, not your own self. That was what they turned you into, to destroy your own people so they can do what they need to do. Now, let me just say this. 6ix9ine's pussy ass helped bring down the Trey 9 Bloods. There's over about 70 Bloods or 70 Bloods who was indicted during this indictment. Now, let me say one thing. 70 men is like a whole brigade, a whole army brigade. And 70 men have families. So all those 70 men have, as you say, at least about a third of them going to have women and children. So those are hundreds of people who are affected by this takedown. All right, boom. You got that. Now, later on, you had Pop Smoke, who they had to bring. Before all that, they killed Nipsey Hussle as well. Let me just put y'all on game. They killed Nipsey Hussle as well because what was he? A militant black gangbanger. He was not even, at that point in his gang career, he was beyond the killing Bloods and shit. He was beyond killing all that and all that. He was trying to unify the gangs. And the day before they killed Nipsey Hussle, he was supposed to have a meeting with the police chief and all the leaders of the gangs in one room under one roof. That is powerful. That is powerful. And they couldn't see that, so they killed him. And he was about to drop the documentary of Dr. Sebi, which this documentary is nowhere to be found. Where's this documentary at? This man died to make something, and we don't even want or request that his last wishes be taken up. We don't even request that his last wishes. And his sorry ass wife, Laura London, and his sorry ass brothers definitely ain't requesting or making sure that that documentary been put out, because they're all part of the fucking sellout plan. You better realize what the fuck going on. That's why you see Laura London hugging on P. Diddy and all that, because she's doing her sacrifices. She's in the game. They put her at, she was already in the game, but now she's getting tossed around and having to damn do her rituals and shit. Her sex rituals and all her bullshit, because that bitch was all part of it. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but no, fuck that bitch. And the last thing I wanted to tie this into was my boy Pop Smoke. A lot of y'all might not know who Pop Smoke is, but he was a 21-year-old young man from New York, from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, I believe. Yeah, from Brooklyn. Let me say something. Pop Smoke was also a general to the Woos, which was a blood set in New York. He's like a general to them. If you ever watched, and if you don't believe me, if you ever watched any of Pop Smoke's videos, he got like 20 niggas behind him, 10 to 20 niggas behind him at all times until he got real big in his career and they told him to separate from those people. He had always had them boys behind him, and they would do whatever he wanted. They was looking for him and waiting on him to give him a word, co-sign or whatever he said. When you have power like that, that's power, man. Let me tell you something. When you have power to mold people's perception, you have power. Ultimate power. That's why me, on my podcast, I don't never power trip or try to act like I'm better than anybody, because I'm just here to enlighten you, to make you understand the situation you're in so you could better live your life. I'm not here to be your God or be anything, because I'm nothing like that. I'm not here to be a false prophet or anything like that. I'm here just to lead my people in the right path. I'm going to tell you how I know the right path, because I studied the wrong path. I studied the right path. You have to know wrong to be right. You have to know, you have to be clean before you have to be dirty before you can be clean. So when I was living my younger days, I was living in a quasi-satanic evil lifestyle, like not understanding, making rap music and speaking the devil's language and having fornication with women that was not my wife and doing a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to do, practice sexual immoralities, not no homosexuality, but sexual immoralities, like having sex with women that wasn't mine, that I didn't know, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? Being fast and promiscuous. Let me just tell y'all something. Once they dismantled my boy Pop Smoke, he was like their last force of opposition in New York. Now you see what they did to New York. You see what they did to California, aka Nipsey Hussle. You see once they get rid of your positive black leaders, they come to take and dismantle your town after that. If you don't see this, you better see what the fuck's going on. They are breaking us down, bewildering us, misplacing us, got us so used to taking losses, we're in a sacrificial state. We're ready to die. We're ready to go. Our young brothers are ready to die. They step out the house and they prepare to die every day. Just living life. Not even saying they out here doing shit. Majority of our brothers don't feel like they're going to make it past 25. And that's a pathetic, sad existence. And that's because as a people, as black people, we're being targeted in society. So y'all wake the fuck up, man. They're dismantling our generals. They're taking all of our generals away from us. And they pretty much have. Now you see where we at. So y'all stop being soft, stop being weak, stop being pushable and moldable, and you be a Pop Smoke, you be a Big Bad, you be a fucking Nipsey Hussle, you be a Malcolm X, you be a Nat Turner, you be a Shaka Zulu, but also study their ways of how they lost, so you won't take a loss. You know what I mean? Because we cannot keep taking losses. We can't be staying in this sacrificial mindset like martyrdom is a way and martyrdom is a thing. Because when our people die, we're not supposed to celebrate it. We're supposed to fucking flip. All right? Much love and respect. It's your motherfucking boy, Big Beta, man. Stop letting them dismantle us.